Don't say I don't like quantitative. I don't like quantitative because sometimes when the things you don't like are the things that haunt you. So tell yourself, bring it on. What is quantity? I can squander it. I can break it into pieces. I am going to fly. I'm going to do well. Come what may. Whether the course is easy or it is hard, I don't care. My mind tells me that I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. And that is what keeps us all going. Okay. Everybody is struggling in this forsaken environment. And so the more you ginger yourself, the more you keep going. Don't say that you don't understand. All fingers are not the same. Me, since time immemorial, before you were born, I could not do maths. I could not do this. These things are self-demotivating thoughts. So tell yourself that I'm going to break it. Not only, research methods. I'm going to do well in all my other subjects. Write it on the wall. Put a grade you want on the wall, and tell yourself it is done, and it is done. Okay. So I want to welcome you to the Valley of the Shadows of Research Methods. A little learning is a dangerous thing. So this course, drink deep or taste not the appearance friend. Their shallow draught will intoxicate your brain, and drinking largely will sober you again. I know for sure that, in fact, I've cut down the content of the content of the teaching. So it should be easy for you to go through just 3 topics I'm going to teach. Instead of usual 6 topics, I'm going to teach 3 of them within the same parameters. And then you will have enough time to go over and over and over and over again. And I'm what I'm saying. Okay. So be of good courage. You have conquered the course. Never defeat yourself. Be positive. Not only with this course, but everything. Everything else you are doing, be positive. Negativity is too much. Now, from the beginning, what is working and what is not working, let me know. Let me know quickly ahead of time. Let me know that, look, this topic is set. And engage on the page. Ask your questions on the page. Don't do private chat. Chat me on the page rather. Let people know that you are chatting me so that my answer will benefit everybody. Okay? Don't wait till the last minute. Ask as deep questions as possible. Okay? On my channel, I also have questions. Okay, that I've answered, exam questions that I've answered that you can go through. Regression exam question, correlation exam question, ANOVA exam questions. You can follow up that. I am more interactive with my teaching. So the more I ask you questions and you answer me, I know you are there. But the more I ask you questions and I'm not getting an answer, and I ask questions and I'm not getting an answer, then it takes me into an arena of, intercontinental ballistic atmospheric stratosphere. So now I talk without realizing that I even have people around me. It makes my speech faster. It makes my speech moving because I'm in the mood. You see, this is my area. This is my authority. So the only way you will be able to realize that I'm not talking fast is when you stop me. Ask me a question along the way. Doc, can you repeat what you said? Doc, can you repeat what you said? That way, it will help me to pause and continue. But if there are no questions, interruptions, it makes me realize that you are fine. And by the time I realize, I'm just flying on the moon. Okay, so let's start. What is a research method? A research method is not the same as a research. A research method is a specific way of conducting and executing a research. Now, that is not the same as a research methodology. The method is the specific way of conducting the research. The methodology is the science and the philosophy behind the research. The methodology looks more into the core of how you get a knowledge, understand the pros and cons if you want to get a knowledge. You see, knowledge is a powerful thing. Knowledge is the asset, is the only asset that creates and that multiplies all other assets. Whatever you don't know, someone knows it. And the person is excelling in that. And so when you decide to want to know what someone knows, and there's a science to acquiring knowledge. There is science. There is a way. You don't just get up and become a doctor. No. There is a way, there is science, there is a learning environment, a process, a procedural algorithm by which one can become a medical doctor. So research methodology is that science, the philosophy. Philosophy comes from the word wisdom. So there's some sort of philosophy behind which knowledge is acquired. And that way, so once you know the algorithm, the step, the procedure of acquisition of knowledge, it will become easy. You can easily get the knowledge of that thing that people say that is hard. I mean, think of the time you want to learn driving. It looks like you could never learn driving. The moment you hold the steering wheel, okay, and you're looking at the days, and your leg is going down, you are shaking like a... So then you hold the steering wheel, you ask yourself, hey, am I holding the steering wheel? Then you're holding the thing tight as if you're boxing it. But as your knowledge increases, now you do unconscious driving. You can eat, chewing some biscuit, talking on the phone, looking left. At first, you can't even look left or right because it wasn't in your subconscious mind. You thought that when you look right, the car will crash. But now you can look that and talk to somebody. Are you doing that thing again? Okay. And then you can look on because your entire knowledge acquisition has increased. So knowledge is a continuum process. The science to doing that is a methodology. If you learn the methodology, you will reach the end of the Rubicon. So anytime you take a research, and some of you are going to start writing proposals, and the methodology is the vehicle by which the research questions and objectives are addressed. But in order to do a research methodology well, you need to have data. You have already learned that data can be text or words or numbers. A data is a collection of observations. And the session here is to help you to understand the different kinds of data types. And there are different kinds of data types. We have categorical and you have numerical. Ladies and gentlemen, by the end of this, you are going to do an exam right now. The exam is made up of 6 questions. It's an IQ exam based on what we are going to do. You are going to answer the thing right here to me. You're going to provide me the answer privately. And I will use my AI recording system to be getting all of you the marks. You see it. And this will go into your continuous assessment as well. It's a very fun exam. And you'll be able to easily score 6/6, provided you are following all that we are doing for the next 30 minutes. So to do that, I want to show you a certain chart. Let me just go up here. At the top of this is data. So data is at the top of the thing we are going to look at. Data. What is data? Collection of observation. What is a singular for data? Who can tell me? What is a singular for data? What is a singular for data? Oops.
It's datum.
Datum, depending on where you are born. Good, it's datum. But it can also be what? The singular for data can also be what? Okay, good. So there are 2 kinds of data types, okay? And in order to appreciate this, I'm going to show you myself. Who am I? I am an element. I'm an element of the periodic table. I have several attributes. Some of my attributes are visible, some of my attributes are invisible. One of my attributes is my name. Another of my attributes is my complexion. Who can give me several of my other attributes? Anybody? I want as many of them. You can type or say it. Give me some of my other attributes.
Your height.
My height. What else? Bobo, what about you? Just shout it out.
Your
Your
age.
religion.
Your
Skin
age.
color.
Your shape.
Skin color.
Your age.
Good. What else?
Your voice.
Hey, Kofi Edu. Your voice. You have to be qualified.
Your weight.
My weight. Very good.
Your hair.
Hey.
Azara.
The color of your hair.
The color of my hair. Good. What else?
Blood group.
My blood group. I love the fact that you are going beyond what is seen. Good. What else?
Your marital status.
Very good. What else?
Your religion.
Religion. Character is too broad. Qualification. I like that. Connie said qualification. What else?
Your nationality.
Nationality. What else?
Behavior.
Behavior is too broad. Be specific.
The title.
Title. Good. Very good. Very good.
Your ethnic group.
My what?
Your ethnic group.
Your profession. Your religion.
Date of birth.
Your genotype.
Your gender.
Gender, I like that.
Dental formula.
Very good. Somebody said genotype, somebody said black group. You know there's a difference between genotype. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's put it all together. Did you realize that some of the things you were mentioning were categorical and some of the things you were mentioning were numerical? Did you realize? Okay. Can you give me two of the things that were numerical?
Height and weight.
Age.
Can you give me three of the things that were categorical?
Religion.
Religion?
Marital status.
Nationality.
Nationality. Very good.
Gender.
Now, fantastic. Now, let's get into categorical alone, and then we'll come back to numerical. When we go into categorical, there are two levels of measurement. And when we get into numerical, there are also two levels of measurement. Now, and you should be drawing this. The first level of measurement under categorical is known as nominal. Nominal type or nominal level. The second is ordinal. We'll talk about that. Ordinal. What's the difference between nominal and ordinal? Now, this is where the knowledge begins. Okay. Nominal and ordinal are both qualitative, textual, names, labels. Watch the words I'm using. Qualitative, textual, names, labels. But there's a difference between the two. You see, nominal has no intrinsic ordering or ranking. There is no embedded ranking when you're dealing with nominal. But when dealing with ordinal, there is an embedded ranking. Inside a nominal, there is no ranking. I'll give an example. What is your name? Suppose I write names like Kweku, Kofi, Ajoa, Amma, Bismarck, John, and Dinah. They are names, they are English words, but there is no ranking. You cannot say that Kweku is better than Amma. Kweku is better than Ajoa. Dinah, it has more importance than that. There is no intrinsic ranking. There is no order of importance, right? There's no order of importance in nominal. But when you take ordinal, there is some intrinsic ordering. There is some ranking. For example, suppose I say professor. It's also English word. Associate professor is also English word. Lecturer is also English word. Senior lecturer is also English word. TA is also English word. Assistant lecturer is also English word. without even telling you which one is important in order of importance, you can deduce clearly that that one is also names, English, words, and labels, but there is some intrinsic order. So let me ask you, I'm going to mention some things. And oh, by the way, it can be a statement. It can be examples of things like what I just did. It can be a statement I'll make. And it can even be a question. It can be a hypothesis. And you should detect that intrinsic ordering. You should detect it from your knowledge of, you should sense whether you can have ranking of it or not. And if there is ranking, it's ordinal. Because the word ordinal comes from the word order, rank, ordering, order. So let me ask you, suppose I talk about religion. Would you say it's nominal or ordinal? Raise your hand, please, at this stage. Religion. Is it nominal or ordinal?
It's nominal.
It's nominal. Sylvia, why do you think religion is nominal?
Because there's no intrinsic ranking or there's no order of importance.
Good. What about gender, Sylvia?
Sir, please, gender too has no intrinsic ranking.
Therefore,
it's nominal.
Nominal. Okay. What about marital status? Dinah, what about marital status?
It's also nominal.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I don't think being married means you are more important than someone who is not married.
Dada, do you think that being widowed is more important than being single?
Being widowed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't add or take anything from you. Yeah.
What about position in a company? Position in a company. Position. Ebenezer.
It's ordinal.
It's ordinal. Why?
Yeah. From the lower levels, middle level to the executive level.
Sir, quick question.
Yeah.
So I think that being married is ordinal because marriage can differentiate between two people. So for instance, Mr. A being married, if I'm looking for...
You're trying to be controversial, I'll pay late in Kafanawali. You're trying to... We are not talking about difference. We are talking about importance. Watch the word.
Okay, that's fine.
And ladies and gentlemen, what we are talking about cut across all time, all places, all periods, all centuries, all decades. So it's not like what you are saying, it is so in one place and it's not so. No, if it is everywhere. It doesn't even matter how it is in the dark ages, in the medieval times, and it is so in the modern times. So it doesn't matter timing. It is true as it is. Let me give you an example. Suppose you are talking about the types of color. Is it nominal or ordinal? You can tell me. I'm giving you this example because of the test we'll be doing. Is it nominal or ordinal? Types of color.
Please, do you mean color as in complexion or?
Yeah. Blue, green, yellow, red. Barbara.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello. It's nominal.
It's nominal. Why?
Because there is also no order of importance when it comes to color. You can't rank any color over another.
Good. What about country? Country. Winner.
My own is relating to the color.
It's nominal.
I think it's ordinal because we have primary colors and whatever. So there's ranking in them.
There's ranking that primary color is better than secondary color.
We are not saying better, but it is
that's the meaning of the word. That's the meaning of ranking. Ranking is order of importance.
Okay. I was assuming because we get some of the colors from
you are thinking too much. I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes these things, when you want to really think, that is when you overthink. Let's take something like water, ice, okay, and gas, solid, liquid, and gas. Is it nominal or ordinal? I'm getting deeper. Be careful. Is it nominal or ordinal? Solid, liquid, gas. Now I can see that not many hands are going up.
Ordinal.
Sorry?
Say it's ordinal.
It's ordinal. Gladys, what do you say?
No, please, I think it's ordinal.
Ordinal.
Yes, Doc.
No, it's nominal. There is no importance of liquid over gas. There is no importance of solid over liquid. There is no importance of gas over solid. Guys, deep thoughts. Gladys, your hand is still up, right? Diana, your hand is still up. So I want you to understand, think through the analysis of ranking, because you have this also as part of your exams and also in the test we are going to do. The essence of this is that you can rank ordinal and you cannot rank nominal. And the ranking here is not just ranking ranklessly, it's ranking meaningfully. Remember, there is a meaningful ranking, meaningful ordering, meaningful. The moment you have an iota of doubt, you're out of that situation. Okay, any question? Because we are going to numerical. We're going to numerical. Yes, Diana.
Yeah, Prof, I was going to comment on the liquid, gas, and solid. Can I say that because they are all important in their own steps, you cannot rank any or the other? Is that a good enough explanation, or it doesn't cut it?
Because they are all what?
They are all important in their step. Like whatever. When it comes to liquid is as important as solid. When it comes to gas, you can't take any over the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't. Each one is equally important. You can't say that one is better than the other. You can't. Because in some situation, you want the thing to be liquid. In some situation, you want it to be gas. Okay. In some situation, for example, you can convert gold into copper or convert gold into brass. Can you imagine that? And so you can't underestimate, because you can melt it backward to gold. So solid is good in a situation, but liquid is good in this situation, and gas is also good in a certain situation. Okay. All right. Now let's go to now, do you guys know about Likert scale? Yes, Ruth.
Yes, good evening. So from the examples you gave and the responses we gave, I think we didn't get any example that has the ordinal ranking.
I'll give you an example. Remember we spoke about professor, associate professor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Let me give you another example. You know, sometimes you are going to rank some things on a Likert scale. You have excellent, good, poor. That's what you see on the screen. Excellent, good, poor. That's your rank in the class. Is there an order of importance here?
Yes.
Yes. Which one would you go for? Excellent, good, or poor?
Excellent.
Excellent.
So these words by themselves are ordinal in nature. But if you're a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Buddhist, I'm an agnostic, there is no order of importance. It's because you are in a certain country, you think that being a Muslim is good. Or because you're in a certain country, you think being a Christian is good. Or because you're in a certain country, you think being a Buddhist is good. But remember, one thing about this is that it must cut across all places in the world. It must cut across all times in the world. So it's not what you think, it must be agreeable, universal. China.
Yes, Prof. And then that means what of rich and poor?
There's nothing significant about rich and poor. Some people simply don't want to be rich. Did you know that? Some people are okay. Well, again, it defines about what you define as poor, because that is broader. When you say rich and poor, what are you using? Are you talking about rich? Rich in what? Rich in character or poor in character? Okay, you are very rich in anger, and I'm very poor in anger. Which one will you go for? Will you go for rich in anger, or you are poor in anger? Which one?
I'm poor in anger.
Poor in anger.
You see the thing? So again, it's subjective to actually try and, unless you put a certain level under it. Yes, Marvin.
So, Prof, so in situations where there's an existing rank, say stocks, maybe GCB is first, Nestle second, etc., does it fall under nominal or ordinal? If you were to.
If you are only connecting it to the stocks, you get a point. If you are connecting it to the stock, but when GCB is on its own, okay, and Barclays is on its own, Upside is on its own, and ECG is on, EcoBank is on its own, you cannot in asset stance rank them.
Okay, thank you.
But when you say that we are looking at the best corporate social responsible bank, that one you can rank that in context, in the context of that. Yes. Another thing, guys, I want you to know that nominal and ordinal can both be coded. And this is important. You can say that let Christian be 1, let Muslim be 2, let Buddhist be 3, and let atheist be 4. It doesn't mean that Christian is 1 makes Christian better. You've only coded them. And even the coding still doesn't put importance to it. Think. At the same time, you can say that let professor be 1, associate professor be 2, senior lecturer be 3, a lecturer be 4, assistant lecturer be 5. And in this case, these numbers, this coding will be important. It will be ordinal. It will have meaningful numerical attaché to them. It's not numerical. It's been coded, but it is important ranking. You can rank the numbers, the coding in this case. Meanwhile, the same coding can be given to something like, Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, Tamale, and it still doesn't show importance. So I just want you to know, coding the thing using numbers doesn't make it numerical. Coding the thing using numbers doesn't still make it nominal or ordinal by force. You just have to get the knowledge from context. What I just said is deep. Do you realize that? If somebody has joined us right now, and what I just said, the person will say, can you repeat that? Because you have confused me. Because sometimes you will use the numbers for it, but it's still not numerical. It's just coded. I can say, let excellent be 1. Let good be 2. Let poor be 3. Which one will you go for? 1, 2, or 3? Which one will you go for?
1.
Now watch this. Suppose I say, let excellent be 3, good be 2, and poor be 1. Which one will you go for? Which number?
3.
So the number itself is not meaningful except for what it is representing. I think you get it. I paused so that it can simmer. Let's go to the next level. And this is the next type. Data type is numerical. Numerical. There are 2 kinds of numerical. The first is known as interval. Yes, yeah.
Doc, please, I want to ask, how about color coding showing the level of, let's say, emergency? So red being dangerous, yellow bad, and green being good.
What about that?
I want to see if this type of data will be nominal or ordinal.
What do you think? This one, somebody can answer it. So if you say green is 1, blue is 2, yellow is 3, and all of that, guys, would that be nominal or ordinal? Yeah. Who can answer that? Would that be nominal or ordinal?
Nominal.
It's still nominal.
Nominal.
Exactly. It's still nominal. It doesn't change whether or not it's important. The numbers are irrelevant. You are just using the numbers to represent. Okay.
No, I mean, I was using the colors to represent the emergency. So red is dangerous, yellow is okay, green is good.
And then so in this case, so you see, the red itself is not the issue here, but that dangerous and those things, and the dangerous and those things can be coded numerically in a different order. Do you know that?
Yes.
So in this case, it's not the red that matters, it's the dangerous things that you've spoken about. That's what you are coding. So in that case, that is ordinal because you are not coding the colors, but you are coding something the colors are now representing. It's just like when somebody spoke about, I think the person spoke about GCB, EcoBank, and then you are now ranking them in order of the best banks, and you already have data, maybe the one with the highest return on assets. So in this case, GCB itself is not the issue. It's a return on asset that is making GCB look first.
Okay. So I was thinking about this in the sense that, see, colors maybe are universally accepted as red being dangerous.
No. You go to a hospital, okay, you take your blood, okay, blood samples. The blood sample is red, is represented by red or something. You need that blood to be able to save somebody. It's not dangerous, it's life. So it is in context. Once again, it's all about context. You are thinking too deep. Yes, Marvin.
So are you saying the same data set can be nominal and ordinal depending on the context?
Exactly. You spoken. The same thing. Depending on the content, depending on how you are subscribing it, and you will see an example. It's contextual. I mean, somebody just gave us GCB. So if you just mention GCB right now, you mention EcoBank right now, you mention Zenith right now, it is not contextual, and so it's what? It's nominal. But if you say that GCB's profit, EcoBank's profit, Zenith profit, now you are contextualizing the statement. So it's no longer nominal because you will be able to rank the profit margin. Boom, ordinal.
Thank you. Okay,
let's go to the next one, numerical and ratio. Now, the thing about numerical and ratio is that both are numbers. Take note. This is deep. This is tricky. Okay? Both of them are numbers. So numerical is numbers. Therefore, interval and ratio are both numbers. But what is interval data? Interval is not about the numbers, but it's about the gaps between numbers. Write it down. The interval is not about the numbers, it's about the gap between the numbers. And I'll give you quite a number of detailed explanations so that you can get to the point. For example, let me trick you a little bit. Let me trick your IQ level. What is the difference between 80 degrees and 90 degrees and 90 degrees and 100 degrees? Raise your hand. Now, I've always been asking this question every year, and very few people get it. Sometimes nobody gets it. So think. But the first answer that came to your head is wrong. So you got to double think. What is the difference between 80 degrees and 90 degrees and 90 degrees and 100 degrees? Azara.
Say 10 degrees.
10 degrees. Philomena.
10 degrees, please.
Good. Both of you are wrong. I want you to come back again. What is the difference between 80 degrees and 90 degrees and 90 degrees and 100 degrees? Madugu.
9 degrees.
9 degrees. Excellent. That is wrong. What is the difference between 80 degrees and 90 degrees and 90 degrees and 100 degrees?
I think 20.
Yes, William.
0.
0. Perfect answer. Now, William, I'm going to give you some very good marks. Okay, guaranteed 3 marks for this answer. So this will go into the continuous assessment, okay? But that is on condition that you can explain so that I know that it's not lotto. Not many people get this answer. And I can promise you 90% of the people in this room were confused by that question, especially when somebody said the answers. Can you elucidate? Can you bring it down? Explain to a 7-year-old child what you meant, why you gave that answer. Go ahead.
Okay, well, Prof, you said what's the difference between 80 degrees and 90 degrees and 90 degrees and 100 degrees?
Mm-hmm.
So between 80 degrees and 90 degrees is 10. And between 90 degrees and 100 degrees is also 10. So the difference between the two of them is 0.
Perfect. Well explained. Until what you know becomes what you do, you don't know anything. Until what you do benefits you and someone else, what you do is useless because the evidence of knowledge is result. The evidence of his knowledge is the result he just produced. Yes, Yao, your hand is up.
Yeah, so I want to explain. So when you have, let's say, water that is 80 degrees, and then the one that is 90 degrees, when you subtract, the 10 degrees is a very cold or maybe chilled water. It is not necessarily the increment in maybe hotness, but I don't know if that's it. So the 10 degrees is not actually the difference between from 80 to 90, because 10 degrees is down there like a cold water, something like that. That's why the difference is 0.
Exactly. So the thing is that when the weatherman is talking about the weather, he will never pick on a particular number. He will give you a range. Why? Because the issue is not about the numbers, it's about the gaps between the numbers. I'll give you another example very soon. So the weather will tell you that today the weather is going to be between 25 degrees and 32 degrees. Why is it doing that? Because at a particular, during the day, it changes. So here, it's not a particular number that matters. If you tell somebody that the weather is going to be 25 degrees, you worry the person when it can also change, especially English weather. Okay? It can be chilling today and it can be snowing tomorrow. Even in the same day, you can have all the 4 seasons in one day. The difference between the numbers matter more than the numbers. Listen carefully. The gap between the numbers is more important than the numbers themselves. And interval data deals with that. I'll give you a couple of other examples. And this is very tricky because it's closer to the ratio or it's not. Let me ask you something. Suppose your friend comes to you and asks you that in the research methods exam, what did you get? What percentage did you get? And you told the person that, well, I had 82%. And then the person started laughing at you. What? 82%? I had 98%. Now, why will you laugh at a person? No. Why would you laugh at a person? Why would you chuckle at a person at this time? For laughing at you. Dinah.
Prof, because both 82 and 95 are A's.
Exactly. So what matters here? What matters here? That your friend didn't check.
The grade.
The
Proof,
grade.
the grade. Doc, the grade. Yeah.
The gap.
The gap.
The interval. The gap between the numbers matter more than the numbers themselves. The same thing when you go to TOEFL, GRE, and all of those exams that you used to write to go for graduate school, GMAT and all of that. There is a particular mark you are supposed to get. And once you get that mark, that's it. So whether you got 400 and I got 500, we have still got past, 300. And so we are all winners. Interval deals with the not the numbers, but the gaps between the numbers. Sometimes, and let me quickly bring ratio. Now, ratio is the highest level of measurement. You are looking at scale of measurement. You're looking at level of measurement. It's the same thing. The scale of measurement or the level of measurement are nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. These are the levels. And ratio is at the highest level. Why? Because it can be measured. It can be counted. It can be ranked. And it can be zero. Now, the most important part I said is it can be zero. You see, ratio can be zero. Interval cannot be zero. So for something to be zero, for something to be ratio, it must have an arbitrary zero. It must contain an arbitrary zero in it. And it is a point estimate. It is a number, not the gap between numbers. But it must also have what? Zero. So for something to be ratio, ask yourself, can it be zero? Or is there a possibility that it can ever be zero? And if there is that possibility that it can ever be zero, boom, it is ratio. It's tricky, but it's possible. Let's take an example. Time. Can time be zero? Time. You can tell me, can time be zero? If you answer yes or no, I'll ask you to explain. So think of the explanation before you answer. Can time be zero? I need an explanation. Someone.
Yes, sir. Time cannot be zero because it is a continuous activity.
Okay.
It is endless.
Thank you. Now, when you are on the track, Usain Bolt, and Usain Bolt is about to run, and then they said, on your marks, get set. On the dashboard, what number is there at the get set?
0.
Can time be zero?
Yes.
Per your illustration, it can.
It's not per my illustration. No. When you think deeply about the whole picture, you will know whether a situation can be zero or cannot be zero. And time can be zero. That is why time is ratio. Let's take another example. Age. Be careful here. This is tricky. Can age be zero? Can age be zero? Azara?
Yes, sir.
And
They say the day you are born, immediately when you are born.
You see how she said it? The day you are born, immediately when you are born. You are right. Age can be zero, but your explanation is wrong. Who can tell me? This is another 2 marks. Under what circumstance can age be zero? Raise your hand and tell me. Sorry, this is another 3 marks. These are deep questions I normally ask. Under what circumstance can age be zero? Pony.
Unborn baby.
Unborn baby. Perfect answer. That's 3 marks. You see, the pregnancy is counted as 9 months. But as long as the baby is in the womb, that baby's age is zero. It is the moment the baby is born that age begins. Age begins in seconds. In fact, when the 8 billion child was born, the 7th billion child was born some years back, 2 women were claiming that their child was the 7th billionth child in Hawaii, in California. So we needed to split them. At what time was each one of them born? They were born at the same time. If you look at the seconds, they were all born at the same second. And so we got to split them by millisecond. And one was about 17 milliseconds. Sorry, one was about 9 milliseconds older than the other. Can you imagine that? One of them was 9 milliseconds older than the other. Sometimes when somebody asks you, how old is your baby? Oh, he's not up to 1 year. He's not up to 1 year. No. In the UK or in other places, when you ask somebody, how old is your child? My child is 5 days old. My child is 6. In fact, I had a friend who became a father for the first time, okay, in Leicester. And I asked the person, what happened? So I'm a father. My baby is just 6 hours old. Age is in hours. Age is in minutes. Age is in seconds. Age is in milliseconds. Age can be zero. All right, so that's it. But one country will disagree with you. Who can tell me which country will disagree with you on this? There's one particular country. In fact, sometimes 2 countries, but there's one particular country, they will not agree with this statement. And they are just the odd one out. Regarding this age can be zero in the womb matter.
Korea.
Which country?
Is it South Korea?
Please, you have to raise your hand, okay? It helps everybody to think through. But if you mention the answer, it makes us look like we are in Makola. Yes, Grace.
South Korea.
I'm guessing.
From what I know, they usually calculate your birth or your age right from when you are born. So whereas we calculate a whole year, like when you are 1 year, that's when we say you've clocked age 1. They calculate the first day as 1 year already.
No, you are close. And I'll tell you later whether it's yes or no. But you're close, but no. You're very close. It's China. Age is counted from the womb. From the womb. From the womb. From the womb. The pregnancy of the woman is part of the age of the child. It's when the conception begins. That's when age is. So you do a top up anytime that person tells you of his or her age. Now, South Korea is believed to be adopting that as well. That is why I said, hold on for that second answer. But it's just one out of many, okay? But generally, age starts the moment in that is when age begins on a child. Age is ratio. Age is ratio. Age is ratio. There are other things that are ratio. Time is ratio. Weight is ratio. Even though you can measure the weight of a child, the exact weight of the child is 0 when the child is in the womb. And there are several factors. Okay, money can be 0. Under what circumstance can money be 0? I can ask each one of you, how much money do you have on you right now? Some can say 20, some can say 50, some can say 100, some can say 200, some can say 5,000. Somebody can say, I have nothing on me right now. That word nothing is 0. Ladies and gentlemen, who can define 0 for me? What is 0? What is 0? We'll be using that word. 0 is the most important nothing of all something. You see, definitions matter. Definitions matter. We have statutory definition and functional definition. Whatever you can define is powerful. Whatever you cannot define will overwhelm you. What is even definition? Definition is not explaining something. No. Definition is your understanding of the components, the composition, the dimension, and the value of a concept for further modification for personalized need. Yes, Ebenezer.
0 is a value representing nothing or absence of quantity.
The first mistake you do is not expanding your cerebellum, the cerebral cortex, but always going to ChatGPT or that. Yeah. I told you, 0 is the most important nothing of all something. Okay, you might not see, you call it nothing, but when you put 0 after 1, which numerical number, which number is used mostly in the world? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 0? Which number is mostly used a lot in the world? 0, 1, 2, or 3. Which one is the most used? Jonathan.
It's 0.
0. But it's the one we call it nothing, right? So if something is nothing, but you use it a lot, it becomes what? Jonah?
Very important. Very important.
Don't underestimate 0. People write 1,000 with a lot of zeros than a lot of 1. People write million, 25 million, 3,000, 20,000, 10,000, 20 million. People use that zeros more, but it's the most important nothing. That was just a digression. So what is the difference between interval and ratio? Interval cannot have 0. Ratio can have 0. Ratio cannot deal with gap. Interval can deal with gap. So it's a focus. Let me delete this. Then I'll show you a couple of examples before we do our test. This is where you don't understand something, you ask for explanation. So a typical example also is I'll give you a lot of things regarding the SAT scores, and all of those things. The amount of sugar in an orange can be 0. And so it's a typical example of ratio. Okay, distance can be 0 because the point at which the distance begins is 0. Before you now move one step, then you now increasing the time needed to run a mile is 0. Okay. And these are the things we've looked at so far. Numerical is quantitative. Categorical is qualitative. Everything that you see here is, so whenever you're looking for data for your research, which data do you think you should mostly want to go for? Or which data is more objective? Let me put it that way. Which data is more objective? Potential. Yeah, Dana.
Sir, quantitative.
Ratio. Specifically, the level of measurement, which is called ratio. Okay, so now we're going to start with a discussion before we come to the test. Okay, in the following data and information I'm about to give you, yours is to tell me what is the data type. Okay, in the statement I'm about to give you, you're going to tell me the data type. That is whether it's numerical or categorical. You don't stop there. Then you also tell me the level or the scale of measurement, whether it's nominal or ordinal or interval or ratio. Remember, when it is nominal or ordinal, it is automatically categorical. When it is interval or ratio, it's automatically numerical. So I'm going to give you this 3 statements. Yours is to tell me whether it's nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio. That's a scale of measurement. And then after that, you also tell me the data type. Remember, the data type is, write it down. The data type is categorical or numerical. The measurement scale or the scale of measurement or the level of measurement is the nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. I want you to know that, write them down so that you don't always get confused about that. So I want you to think about these ones. I'm putting all of them here. Think about them for 2 minutes. So let me know in just about, oh, by the way, when we come to the test, everything will be timed in the test. Okay, so let's go with the first one. You're going to raise your hand and tell me. An opinion poll was taken asking people which party they would vote for the general election. Now tell me what the data type is and also the level of measurement. You can raise a hand and start. Connie.
So the first one is categorical and nominal.
Categorical and nominal. That's perfect. That's correct. No question about that. If you have questions, please let me know before we go to the next one. This is like your mock exam before we come to the exam itself. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to do exam on your own. Next question. A market researcher stops you on the spin test road asking you to rate between 1, disagree strongly, and 5, agree strongly. Your response to opinions presented to you. What is a data type and what is a level of measurement? Mary. Oh, every answer is worth 2 marks, by the way.
Please.
Note all of these down.
Sir, please, is categorical and ordinal.
Categorical and ordinal. Perfect answer. Categorical and ordinal. If you are not clear, this is a time to find out. Next question. Please mute yourself once you've spoken. Now, incomes of Ghanaian musicians. What is the data type and what is the level of measurement? Sawa.
Please, I wanted to ask for a further explanation on the market researcher.
Go ahead.
Yes, can you please explain why the answer was nominal?
Where is the lady who gave the answer? Mary, can you explain?
Please, as is in order because it gave a range. One is strongly agree, and then 5 is strong. One is strongly disagree. One is disagree strongly, and then 5 is agree strongly. It's in order.
Do you understand? Is this still clear? Because when you look at it, it is in a Likert scale. You know, we spoke about the fact that all Likert scale deals with what? Ordinal. Ordinal. Forget about the numbers. The numbers are just coding. The most important thing is the disagree strongly and agree. So you can rank them. The key point is that you can rank the words even without the numbers. Yeah. Last one. Incomes of Ghanaian musicians. Barbara Shum.
Hello, sir. Kindly, it's numerical. That's the type.
Mm-hmm.
And then interval.
Interval. Fantastically wrong. Fantastic.
Hey, sorry, ratio. Sorry.
Ratio. You're still wrong.
Yeah, ratio, because it can be nothing. It can be 0.
It's so wrong. You're only saying ratio because I said the interval was wrong. But the answer is ratio. But once you got it wrong, you got it wrong. These ones, there are no options. So that is how you learn it. Now, this is, so yours is not 2, but the first 2, they have 2 marks each. This will go into your continuous assessment, so please note. Now we are coming to the real exam.
So, sir, what is my mark? 1?
0. 0. Sorry, 0.
Yeah, but I got the numerical.
0 is 0. I'm the authority here. Don't worry. It's 0. You try.
Okay.
This is what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. The way you are going to answer this question I'm about to work with you on is very important. The way you're going to answer them is you're going to use the system in your Zoom. Please note, this is recordable. This is important. And this will go into your assessment. So it's very important you take note of this. Now, if you check the chat room, if you look for the names of the people, you will see that my name is there. So I'm going to just say hello. You all see the hello. You see my name is there. So when you go to the chat, okay, and you want to send a message, you can send a message to everyone, or you can send a message to a particular person. It's called private message. And when you go to private message, you can message each person at the top. You can message each person. Okay. And when you look at that section, you can see me there. You see on the top left, where they say start a new chat, you can search the name. And when you search the name, you can get myself there. You see Dr. Koye. My name there. Okay. So please, I want each one of you to hi me privately. It has to be private message. So right now, each one of you should send hello privately to me to be sure that you know what I'm talking about, because I don't want you to take your answer to the main page, because once your answer goes to the main page, it's 0. So there are four rules of this game. So I'm seeing Pony has privately answered. Ima has done. Richard has done. Okay. Many people have sent me private. Do that so that you know how to send a private message. Oh, You know, the way I'm repeating this thing, people always make the mistake because they don't listen and do it.
Sir, I'm not getting that. I went offline. Can you repeat the process for me, sir?
Mariam, what you have done is wrong. You have put your message in the main group page. That is wrong. Grace, actually, you are wrong. I said go to the top left of the chart and you will see start a new chart. And when you click start a new chart, you will see a list of all of us in the chat there. You will see my name, Dr. KOA. Send me a hello privately because your answers are going to be recorded only in a private hello. You have done it wrongly. Daniel, you've done it wrongly. Beatrice, you've done it wrongly. Grace, you've done it wrongly. Mary, you've done it wrongly. All of you who are putting it in the group page is wrong. Mariam Quay just did it wrongly again. Please.
Please, right now, Mary, can you check
Doc, please, can you confirm if I did it right? Because I see.
Barbara, please check for me.
No, I can't confirm if you did it right. I can only confirm if you did it wrong because there are so many of you who are doing it right.
Okay.
So those that are doing it wrong,
okay.
Sandra Enchi, Jonathan Nuete, they have done it wrong. So let me just type to the page, hello, again. And anybody else that will do it wrong, I'll mention it. But if I don't mention your name, it means you've done it right. So you can do it again. Felix, you just did it wrong by sending it on the main page. It's wrong. So Felix has done it wrong. Solomon, you just did it wrong. You sent it to the main page instead of sending it privately to me. If I have not mentioned your name, if you have done it, it means you are correct. So right now, only Solomon and Grace Boache have done it wrong. Let me see, I think another guy. Innocent has also done it wrong. Barbara has done it wrong. Barbara Eshon, Felix Kekele, you are all wrong. Beatrice Cranton is wrong. Beatrice Cranton is wrong. Grace Boachi Adam, you are wrong. You have to send it privately, not to the page. So 4 people have done it wrong, which means majority of you have done it correctly. You gotta keep doing it. Those of you who have done it wrong, you gotta keep doing it. And if I don't mention it, it means you are right. I just have 1 minute to end that rule before we go to the second rule. Good. So far, everybody has done it correctly, supposedly. Now, when we start and you put it on the page, your answer will not be recorded. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that when you are sending me your answer, please watch what I'm writing. If it is categorical, you will write it like this, categorical dash, and it is nominal, you write nominal. So now you can see the page. Okay. So if it is categorical and nominal, that's how you write it, categorical dash nominal. If it is categorical and ordinal, you write categorical and ordinal like this. If it is numerical, no spelling mistake, please take note. If it is numerical and ratio, you type it as numerical and ratio, just as I put it in the page. This is a serious test. If you deviate from any of these, it's not 1, it's 0. So just do it simple. Don't make it complex. Small letters, simple like that. If it is numerical and interval, just write numerical and interval as simple as I have just typed it like that.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Kindly, I think I'm still struggling with getting the answer right to you because I couldn't find that corner you were asking us to click.
What's your name?
Barbara.
Yeah, but Barbara, I told you to send me another one and another one and another one. So if I didn't talk about it again and again, it means it came, right?
But I typed at the same place. Oh.
No, I'm saying that you have done it how many times?
I've done it twice. The first one, you didn't mention my name, but the second one.
Now. Do one right now. If it is wrong, it will come on the page and I'll see it.
Hello, Doc. Sorry, please. I was having an internet challenge. I wanted to confirm whether if you have given out the question.
I have not given any question. I'm giving instructions now.
Okay, thank you.
Mariam Kwe, you sent it to the page. That is wrong. It has to be sent privately to me. So do it again.
Please, I've done one right now.
Barbara, it's still wrong. I can see it. You sent it.
So it's like I'm not getting.
Keep doing it until you get it right. Your friend will have to help you. I'm saying that in the chat room here, on the top left, you will see something that says start a new chat. It's an icon that looks like a pen writing in a book. A pen that is writing.
Doc, please, it's actually on the right.
It's on the
Maybe that's why they're not seeing it. It's on the right.
Using their mobile phones. That's why.
Okay, I've clicked on that pen. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm doing it again so that I'm sure that.
Do it many times so that I know. Because if it shows here many times, you are still doing it wrongly. You've done it once. It's still wrong. That lady is going to struggle.
Barbara, try clicking on Prof's image.
Hello.
See, I've typed things there. So click on my image. I just type numerical ratio. Just click on my image. In fact, beside my image, you see a certain plus, which is reply. All right, so that's rule number 2. The rule number 3 is that you have, and please take note, you have 60 seconds to give an answer. So I'll put a question on the screen. You have 60 seconds to provide the answer. Once the 60 seconds is up, I will type stop. And let me show you how I will type the stop. I'll type the stop with this symbol. So you see my screen. I'll type it like this on the main page. And anybody that will send your answer after the stop, it will not be recorded. So what it means is that within that 60 seconds, you think through about what I'm about to give you. And if it is numerical, categorical, or whatever, you type it there. Don't send it yet, because you're not supposed to send 2 answers. Don't send it yet. Type it and be waiting. And when it is 15 seconds to the, because I'll give you how many seconds more is left. I'll tell you when it is 30 seconds, I'll say 30 seconds more, 20 seconds more, 15 seconds more, 10, 9, 8. At this stage, you should send your answer because you know that is the final answer you want to give. But don't send an answer and then you come to realize that, oh, I made a mistake. Then you send another answer. No. So take your time and send the one answer within the time, unless you are so sure that this is the answer. And if most of you are going to be so sure that this is the best answer, and so you don't need to send multiple answers. That is it. After we've answered questions, yes, go ahead.
So your instruction right now on the page, I didn't see it. It's not surfacing on my plate. My name is Valentine.
The reason why probably you are not seeing it is because I didn't send it privately to you, and maybe you are only watching me privately.
Okay, thank you.
That is on the main page. I've written the word stop 3 times. So that is a word I will type for all of you. Okay, so Once it is getting to time, I'll type the word stop. Right now, I'm typing the word be ready. Once I type the word stop, then you know that any message, because that message will be intertwined privately with yours. So my system will kick it. So anybody who sends a message after that stop message will not be recorded. But you have a lot of seconds to be able to provide that answer. It's an IQ thing, but it's also a knowledgeable information.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
But we cannot see the questions yet. We haven't seen the questions.
I'm about to give you the question. Relax. I'll show you.
All right.
The question will come on your screen. Everybody will see it. And then I'll start the time clock. Right. I'll start the time clock here. You will not see the time clock. I'll be mentioning the time clock with you. Like I said, I'll mention it when it is 30 seconds more. In fact, I'll even tell you when it is 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, and all of that, so that you know. Ladies and gentlemen, may the good God be with you. You know what we are about to do.
Amen.
All the best. Let's begin. So, I'm about to give you some information, questions on the Wall Street Journal. Now, normally when a person is going for the Wall Street Journal, they ask you a couple of questions. What is these questions? About the subscribers' characteristics I asked. Now, some of the questions I'm going to ask you. You're not supposed to give me the answer. Yours is to tell me whether the information I'm about to show you, whether it is categorical or numerical, and also you tell me whether it's nominal, interval, ratio, and all that. Now, when I read the question, after I have given you the question and you see it on your screen, I will read it. After I read, I'll say clock starts, 60 seconds. So let's go to the first question. Question 1. What is your age? 60 seconds. Clock starts. $50 seconds. $40 seconds. $30 seconds. $15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Stop. So I've typed stop. And so all your answers have been recorded. Anybody that sends an answer after this stop, that answer is null and void. And you can see that some are still sending me the answers, on the page. You can see clearly there. So some unfortunately will lose normally. Okay, so let's go to this question, okay? And then let's see the answer. Who can give us the answer to this question so that you know what you did? Who can give us the answer to this? What is a data type and what is a level of measurement? Who can raise the hand and tell us? Jonathan.
So it's numerical and it's ratio.
It is numerical and it is ratio. There's no question about that. Who is not clear with that? Who is not clear with that? Who is not clear? You are all clear. So we're going to go to question number 2. Question number 2. It's also going to be 60 seconds. Okay. So let's get ready. I'll type ready. And when I type ready, remember that you are still private with me to give me your answer. So let's go to question number 2. Are you male or female? 60 seconds. This one is tricky. $40 seconds to go. This is why you should be ready to plot the answer. 30 seconds to go. $20 seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Stop. So I've just typed the word stop. Anything after that stop, like Ebenezer, is wrong. Very good. And then, but Valentina, what you're typing is wrong because you are typing something after. So who can give us the answer to this very question? Are you male or female? Yes, Barbara.
It's categorical and nominal.
It is categorical and it is nominal. Okay. It is nominal. So that was a very beautiful answer to that. So you can all see the answer on your screen. If you are correct, you know. If you are wrong, you know. Okay. If you are correct, you know. If you are wrong, you know. I'm sure by now some of you already have 2/2. But don't worry, as we go further, the number might reduce. The number might reduce. Who is not clear with this very question? We go to the next one. Also 60 seconds. Now remember, we have 6 questions. We've gone through 2. The questions get more difficult as you climb further because they are IQ level. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Now the next one is tricky. It's tricky. So think deeply. You have 60 seconds to provide an answer. Okay. And I'm sure you are ready. So let me type ready. Let's start. When did you first start reading Daily Graphic? High school, college, early career, mid-career, late career, or retirement? 60 seconds. $60 seconds. $40 seconds. Someone is saying that what at all is happening? But somebody is really enjoying it. 30 seconds to go. $20 seconds to go. Be careful because this question is very, very tricky. It can be everything. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Stop. So I've just put the word stop there. And just after I've done that, Justice Danso and Valentina are putting their answers there, which is wrong. Instructions matter. This is going to give you a bit of an idea of why sometimes some people do very well in an exam and some don't do well. Sometimes it's not because they don't know. They don't just follow the instructions. That's all. Okay. Now, this one was tricky, but it was also easy. Very easy. If you know, you know. Okay. So who can give us the answer to this? Raise your hand. What is the answer to this very one? And if you are cheating by any means necessary right now, you know yourself. Stop cheating. If you are cheating, you know. Yao.
I think it's categorical ordinal.
Good. It's categorical and it is ordinal. There's no question about that. Categorical and ordinal. Somebody has gotten 3/3. Someone has gotten 1/3. Someone has 2/3 so far. Who has gotten 3/3? Just say your answer. Say it. Say, if you gotten 3/3, just say 3/3. Just say 3.
3/3.
3/3.
3/3.
Yeah,
3/3.
say
3
it.
over
It's not
3.
3/3. Please, I didn't say 2/3. Okay. I didn't say write 2/3. Never do that here. I said 3/3. We'll come to the other one. We praise the creme de la creme, and then we'll come to the lem de la lems. So 3/3. They are the ones we are proud of. But those of you who are 3/3, be watchful and be careful, because the level and the stage we are going to now requires you to pay attention. Because the question level, you are halfway now. Okay, the question levels are going to increase, and your brain is going to scatterbranta. So let's go to question number 4. And once again, may the good God be with you. So let's go to question number 4 and ready. You have 60 seconds to provide the answer. Be careful. How long have you been in your job or position? 60 seconds. How long have you been in your job or position? This is tricky. Remember, okay, it says, how long have you been in your job or position? It's tricky. It contains 3 elements. Be careful. The first answer that came to your head might be wrong. You have 30 seconds to provide me the answer. Else you have nothing else to offer. You have 30 seconds to do. You have 20 seconds now. 20 seconds. This is the time you write the answer down. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. 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 Very good. This one was a tough one, but it was also an easy one. Who can give us the answer to this? It wasn't that simple. It wasn't that. Okay. Jonathan.
Yeah, so I'll say numerical interval.
Numerical and interval is wrong. It's wrong. It's all or nothing, and it's wrong. It's numerical and ratio. Numerical and ratio. Hallelujah for somebody. It's numerical and ratio.
Hello, sir.
Numerical and yes, go ahead.
So if you get, say, numerical correct and ratio wrong.
All wrong. It's all wrong. You must get all correct. There's no
Sir,
half.
please, what if it's typing mistake?
I told you already that there shouldn't be typing mistake. You remember that? When we started, I told you that take your time and type it well.
Sir, I've answered all 4, but I can see only 3 in my chat with you.
It's like you're telling me that, but why have you stolen my other one?
I can see only 3 instead of 4.
I've got 4, but I can see only 3. As if I'm a hacker. Oh,
please, how is that possible?
I think you should ask Zoom. Oh, dear. That's how is that possible? There is no way I can make that impossible. Because you are providing. I am just sitting somewhere. Yeah. All right. Any question on this one? Because this one, somebody got it wrong. So anybody who is not clear, so that I can explain. Now remember, how long have you been in your job? That means that it's possible that you've gotten the job offer, but you have not started the job. So it means that it can be 0. You see, anytime there's a possibility that a thing can be 0, because you've not started a job, that makes it a ratio. Okay. So it can't be interval. It can't be interval because interval does not have the possibility of being 0. So this is a pure ratio, data type and scale of measurement. Any question on this? So now some of you who got 3 over 3, I'm sure you may have dipped at this stage. Okay. So if you have 4 over 4 only, 4 over 4, just shout it out and let me see. 4 over 4. If you have
4 over 4.
4.
4 over 4.
4 over 4.
4 over 4.
Over
4
4.
over 4.
Confidently. That's it. Somebody has dipped. The number will keep reducing as we go to question number 5 and question number 6. But it's okay. It's okay. Because you are doing something. The key point is that I want to see the creme de la creme, the champion of champions, those who will get 6 over 6, without any cheating. For some of you who are saying 4 over 4, if I were to go and check your work again, typos and things will make you down. So remember, any typo is still going to be wrong because I was very specific about that from the beginning. So if you know that you got 4 over 4, but you typed some things wrongly, instead of ordinal, you wrote ordinary. Instead of categorical, you say catenumerical. Okay, it's all going to be wrong. All right, let's go to question number 5. Now, this question number 5 is the trickiest of all. So please pay attention carefully before you provide the answer to that question. Once again, may the good God be with your brain power. Okie dokie. Let's go. What type of car do you want to next buy? 9 responses included BMW, Benz, Toyota, Hyundai, Ford, etc. 60 seconds. What type of car do you want to next buy? Be careful. Be careful, because this is very tricky. The answer can be numerical and nominal, ordinal, interval, and even ratio. Be careful. Double think before you answer. You have 60 seconds, and right now you have 40 seconds to go. 40 seconds. So this is the time you got to be ready. Start writing it. 30 seconds. 30. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1, 0. Stop. Stop. That's it. You have done what Napoleon could not do. Wow. This was tricky. Who can tell me the answer to this? Who can raise a hand and tell me the answer to this? Ruth.
Please, it's categorical and nominal.
Categorical and nominal is the right answer. Very good. Categorical and nominal. It was obvious, but it was very tricky as well. And some people would have written ordinal because to them, Benz, BMW is better. It's not true. In fact, 9 responses were provided and some of the answers were not given. So what if the other answers were Lamborghini and, other top level cars? So you can't tell. Nobody said that BMW is better than Benz. No way. It doesn't cut across all countries, all time period. In any case, what type of BMW or Benz or Toyota are we talking about? You don't know the model. So you can't rank them in order of importance. You can't. And therefore, this is pure nominal skill. Very good. Let me see. If you have 5, just type, just say 5. 5 over 5. Just say 5.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5. 5.
Very good. Very good. The number has gone down. You can see it. The number has gone down. The vim is down. So now we are going to go to the last one. And those of you who have got 5 over 5, I wish you all the best with the last one here. It's the most difficult of all. It is both numerical and categorical. It is both nominal and interval. It is both ordinal and ratio. Like it's everything when you look at it. Got to think deep to see which one is the right answer. And once again, God be with you. So you have 60 seconds to provide the answer to this last one. Let's go. Question. I hope people didn't see anything. Anyway, you have 60 seconds. What grade did you get in research methods? What grade did you get in research methods? I think the answer showed, so many people are going to get it because people who are looking on my screen are going to get it. Oh my goodness. What grade did you get in research methods? Remember, this is got a grade of 80 to 100, 60 to 70, blah, blah, blah. What grade did you get? You've got 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds. Get ready. 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. 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 So we're done. We're done. Who can give me the answer, Ebenezer?
Categorical ordinal.
Categorical ordinal. Categorical ordinal. For some reason, this thing showed up slightly, so I'm not surprised if a lot of people get it. But see, somebody has still gotten it wrong. The person says numerical and ratio. There are some more.
No.
Yeah.
I think there is about 10-second time lag. I observed that the last time I submitted by 10 seconds, it got late.
No problem. It will be taken into consideration.
Thank you.
Right. So who got 6-6? 6-6. Just say 6.
6.
6.
6.
6. So I want you to raise your hand if you got 6/6. Raise your hand in the chat. Just raise your hand in there using the hand symbol. I want to identify you. You are the creme de la creme. You are the alphas and the omegas. You are the opele chinkafa nawole gugurubus. You are the ones people should. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to watch those who are confessing. No, I'm just going to verify. Who are confessing they got 6/6. Pony Albert, give him a big round of applause. Emmanuel Achiamensa, give her a big round. Sylvia Lai, give her a big round of applause. Celestina Income, give her a big round of applause. Mary Singh. Mary, you were the one who said you can't reach my private distance to send it to me.
No, please.
All right, okay. Solomon Ascendi, class rep, are you sure?
So I'm clapping for them.
Okay, you're clapping for them. Okay. So far, I have 6 people who got 6/6. Or it's 5 people. 5 people so far. If you got 6/6, raise your hand and add yourself there. Okay. But these are your champion of champions. Raise your hand. 6 people. 6 people. Samuel.
You should add us.
Samuel Bakamfo. Please keep your hand raised. Keep your hand raised. Don't reduce your hand. Keep it raised. Because I'm going to show some evidence. This is not a joke at all. Keep your hand raised. Keep it raised. Keep it raised. Keep it raised. Keep it raised. Okay. Because what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put the list in the page so that once I mark them, and then we confirm or we don't confirm, then those that raise your hand will know. Please, somebody should say hello on your WhatsApp group page for me. Say hello on your WhatsApp group page, because very good. So I've just dropped it on the page, the champion of champions in the class. Okay. And I've taken a screenshot of these champions. These are the people you should befriend. These are the people you should get to know their names. These are the people you should know in your life. Associate with them, okay? Because they are the ones who will drive you towards your excellence as far as this module and other modules are concerned. Very good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have the data set, which is, today is our first meeting, so I'm not going to bore you much. But you have a data set, which is, oh, and by the way, everything about the data, and I have some examples that you can do at home about what we did today. You have a couple of examples. You can lower your hands now. You can check all of them at home and then go through it yourself. You get this in an exam. But next time, we are going to look at descriptive statistics. And then we are going to do hypothesis testing with this descriptive statistics using the Brukutu data set. So have a feel of the Brukutu data set. Try to generate descriptive statistics using Excel, okay, which is here in the Brukutu data set. Okay. Everything has been done. Okay. And then we'll explain the mean, the median, the mode quickly. The basic descriptive statistics. We'll explain all of them so that you know. But I will also mention some other graphics that you can do whenever you are doing your research. And then quickly, we'll do hypothesis testing. Okay. I will just give you a quick overview of hypothesis testing, and we'll start with ANOVA. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the entire caboodle. What a day. What a time to begin.